Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I did this Christmas tree. So I'm starting by finding the center of my shirt. I just kind of fold it in half there and mark the half point. I've got a whole video slowed down of exactly how I do this. So if you're curious about that, I will link that. But basically I'm pulling the sleeve through the opposite side. I line up that seam and then I find the center that I marked previously and make sure that I've got it right folded in center. Then here I'm finding the center of the bottom that I marked, folding those together, and then there I've got a perfectly folded in half shirt, just kind of relining stuff up. So the reason why you would want to fold it like this as opposed to just folding it directly in half is because if you fold it just directly in half, the front and the back will look a little bit different, and the two halves won't be an exact match. They'll look a little bit different. So here I am I used a washable marker and I drew a diagonal, and I'm just accordion folding along that diagonal line. And accordion fold is just, you just fold it like an accordion. That's helpful, I know. And that's the top of my head. Sorry about this voiceover. If you follow along, you'll know that this is actually totally normal for my voiceovers, so hope you enjoy. Alright, so now I'm using sinew, and I'm just wrapping it around about 3 or 4 times, and then I pull it as tight as I can. The first color I used was emerald green, and I used liquid for the tree part of this, which isn't normally what I do, but it gives a really more solid color as opposed to the ice dye method, which you'll see at the end here. I put this in a gutter. Alright, so the first color I used was Palomino Gold, and then Terracotta, and this is dye under ice. As you can see here, I'm putting the dye on first. Blue green, which is a really pretty blue color, or sorry, green color. And then I used Nebula Navy. This is kind of my rustic rainbow is what I like to call this. And then Deep Space, which is a really dark purple. So those are the colors I used, and then I just put ice on. I didn't put ice on the top part where the liquid is because I wanted that to stay a more solid green. And then I just let that ice melt. I put it on an incline, and here I am rinsing it out. So I started rinsing it out in cool water, get out as much excess as I possibly can, and then I untie it and keep rinsing in cool water. Once it's running relatively clear, I bump the water up to hot, and that will get out even more excess dye. Here I'm unfolding the half fold because that will expel a little more dye, and my daughters kept turning the light on and off, so sorry about that. But here I'm just squeezing it out as best I can, and then I use some Dawn dish soap, and you can see the color coming out of that as well. Again, the water is still hot here. Then I put it in a washing machine on a hot cycle, and that gets out all the even more excess dye. Here's the final result. You can see how that tree is a little more solid than the ice dye, and that's because of the liquid. So I hope you liked it. Follow along for more. I've got tons of tutorials and videos. Comment if you've got any questions at all. We'll talk to you soon.